Hello and welcome back to Northumberland and Durham District Girls Brigade YouTube channel. I'm sorry I've been away a couple of months, but my life personally has been a bit hectic, so finding the time to do a video has been a bit of a struggle, but we're here now. Okay, so I know that in the previous video before Christmas I said that the next video would be all about Thief Journey. And I don't particularly want to sit and talk about my thief journey because, as I've mentioned, I don't think this YouTube channel should just be solely about me. Yes, I will be the front man of the YouTube channel, but I just wanted it to be about Girls Brigade and this district and all the great things that they are doing in this district. So I wanted other people involved. And I completely understand that not everybody wants to get involved. But I'm hoping and I'm praying that God will eager them, like nudge them and let them, like their voices be heard, let them inspire not just girls but everyone or anyone who watches this channel. So hopefully in the future I would love to do a video on faith journeys. But if everyone just wants me to just talk about mine, that is fine and let me know and I'm happy to do that. But I just want other people involved. So instead of faith journeys, I wanted to talk about a subject not just because we have just covered this subject in my Girls Brigade company because we are back. But I think for what's going on in the world right now, that we need a lot of kindness. So I think the world was kind of like suffering in quite a dark place as it is due to COVID. But as we were kind of getting back to normal, then we had some really sad news. And it kind of makes me sad. And it kind of makes me very emotional. And as a Christian, I don't think I'm afraid to say that it made me angry. And I know Christians are few to not be angry. They should be like, they should be understanding and patient. But I am angry because I know that not only just innocent people but children are being affected by this and being killed or suffering or separated, well, torn apart from their family, and I just don't think that's right. I don't think innocent people should go through what they're going through in the Ukraine right now, and it's really sad and upsetting. So I thought I would cover this whole video by talking about kindness. So the girls in my company have been for the past couple of weeks. So I should explain really what happens in Girls Brigade. So Girls Brigade, they do programs or channels, and the girls work for 5 weeks to work upon towards a badge. So a girl has to do, I think it's 3 programs before they earn a badge, and so each program or channel, if you're in the Inspire section, which is the Order Girl section, you cover one subject but by doing a range of activities. So we've been looking at how we can treat others with kindness, who needs kindness, what is kindness, and not only is it just kindness to ourselves but to others, but just to the environment. So we've done things such as praying for other people, the girls have wrote their own prayers, but also for the environment, the girls have planted crest seeds, but also for we. And it's quite sad that the girls think this, but one of the nights we sat and we did like a mind map of who needs kindness in the world. And yes, there is poor people and the elderly and people with learning disabilities, but the one that all of the girls agreed on was, at the moment, people in the Ukraine need kindness. And it did make us a little bit emotional, I'm not gonna lie. So we made some cards for the people in Ukraine, and I know there's not a lot of cards, but and the girls were like, "Well, are they going to get this?" And I am going to try my absolute best to try send these cards. I am, because they are very like heartwarming, and I think the people in the Ukraine like need it. And the girls were like, "But there's only a handful of us. There's only one card each. Like, we need to do more." And I totally agree. So in the district in Sunderland, the company has raised £771 of a coffee morning. That is just amazing. I'm sure that is going to make a huge effect, and we'll be able to provide people in the Ukraine with resources and a health kit and everything that they need. And there's also some companies in the district that are organising a collection, send some stuff out to the Ukraine. So if you would like to help out with that, then let me know and I will send you in the right direction. So yes, so we've been doing that in our company, and that's what's happening, and that's what because I think at the moment everyone just wants to help, and I think everyone's sad by this and everyone's angry and everyone's just worried and concerned. And in my section we also cover the Bible story of Tabitha, who was a woman who did a lot for people who would help the poor. She would knit clothes for the poor, and suddenly she got really sick and she passed away. So Jesus visited the house where Tabitha lived and went to visit her as she lay at rest, and he rose her from the dead because he rewarded her because she showed so much kindness. But I know I've just mentioned it and kind of like covered it shortly, like in a summary, but the story I wanted to cover was the Good Samaritan. So the Good Samaritan starts off with one of Jesus's followers, and he's supposed to be like this really intelligent man, and he was questioning Jesus because he was trying to trick him out basically, and says, "Jesus, how do I get to heaven and how do I live eternal life?" And Jesus was just like, "Well, what do you think?" So the man replied, "Well, love your God with all your heart and soul and strength, and love thy neighbour as you would love yourself." Meaning treat people the way you would want to be treated. And Jesus was like, "Yes, that is right. Love your God with all your heart and love thy neighbour, and you will be accepted in heaven." So the man replied was, "Well, who is my neighbour?" So Jesus replied to him with this. So there was a man who was riding from Jerusalem into Jericho on a back of a donkey. I would want to say horse, but back then it was donkeys. So he was riding down the road and he was going through the hills and like the desert kind of looking landscape. Just imagine it in your head. And a band of thieves attacked the man and mugged him and ripped all of his clothes off. But they didn't want him. They didn't want him to follow them, so they beat him up really badly. So the guy was lying on the side of the road. So this man was a Jew, so just remember that. He's a Jew. So he was lying on the side of the road and he was near to death. And he lay there for hours and hours. But long after the attack, a priest came along the road, and the priest took one look at the man and just crossed the road and kept on going. Now you would think a priest is a man of God, so you would think he would help him, and he didn't. So an hour later, a Levite came along the road, and he stopped for a little bit, slowed down, but kept on walking. So a Levite is someone that would help the priest do their work. So you would think, again, works for God, but they didn't stop. I think they were more concerned of the dangers. So the man kept sitting and lying, and along came a Samaritan, a good Samaritan. So one thing to note is the man that was beat up, he was a Jew, and the Samaritans and Jews are seen not to get on. So I know hate's a strong word, but it's mentioned that they hate each other. They do not like each other. And the good Samaritan saw the man and he helped him. He picked him up, he gave him his cloak, helped put him on his donkey, and they rode off to like a kind of like a hotel. So the Samaritan cleaned the man's wound, and he paid the innkeeper, who's the owner of this hotel, if you want, and the man paid for the man to stay another night and to give him anything he needs, food and drink and everything. And the Jew, this guy who was attacked, goes to the Samaritan, well, why did you help me? You know, you saved my life. And the Samaritan just says, well, if I was in the same situation, I would hope somebody would come and help me. So Jesus was like, that is your neighbour. So it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what race you are or anything like that. We are all neighbours, and we should all treat and respect each other the way we would want to be treated. You know, we should love one another. And I think that story has such a powerful message right now, because the people in the Ukraine are like the man who got attacked, and we need to be the good Samaritan and help them right now. So I think it's important that we do our best, even if it's just in prayer, that we help them and show a little bit of kindness, but also just in life, you know, like, don't just treat people around you with kindness, but make sure you treat yourself with some kindness. In our environment, we need to start looking after that. But I think we all, even some Christians, we all need to be even a little bit more kinder. So yeah, so I'm going to end this video with 2 Bible verses. The first Bible verse is from Matthew 7, chapter 7, verse 12. I can't get my words out today, I'm very sorry. So in everything do to others what you would have them to do to you, for this sums up all the law and all the prophets. And the next Bible verse is from Colossians chapter 5, verse 11. Therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. So I hope this video kind of encourages you to not only just help people in Ukraine or pray, but just to be kind to everyone around you and to yourself. And yeah, I shall see you in a couple of weeks for Easter video where I will be talking about Easter stuff, and I will be doing a fun storytelling of the Easter story. So yeah, I shall see you next time. Goodbye.